So, Super Heavy Samurai appeared to have taken a huge hit on the ban list. I, like many others, were pretty spoiled by the Scarecrow 1-card combo lines and basically blurred out saying, oh my god, the 1-card combos are gone. But I'll admit it, I was wrong. You know, the combos are still very strong, and after sitting down for about 20 minutes, we're cooking again. So I'm gonna do a combo workshop with you guys in today's video on the Super Heavy Samurai deck, post the June 5th ban list. I'm not going to go over the deck list card for card. Here's the entire list for you guys. The key changes would be that I added a Coral in there. I also have 3 Fenrirs, and I'm still playing Gamma. Those are the main changes. Hand traps, I'll adjust as the format develops. Here's the extra deck, and yes, there is a Platinum Gadget in there. For now, I'm still using it to make an additional Synchro play, but I'll replace it probably later on. So I'm going to preface this video by saying, hey, I made a mistake in the damage report. This is still a 1-card combo deck. However, it is much weaker. It's much safer to play with more than one. But essentially, what they really lost was from the 12 1-card starters, now they're down to 9, where this one is no longer a 1-card starter because you can't really link it off on its own. Anyways, let's go into the thing that I showed on Twitter. You know, you guys have questions, I have answers, so let's go. Okay, so this is the 1-card starter with the Wakaushi play, and here's the other 4 cards in my hand. So they are not relevant to this combo, maybe except for the Gamma that can protect me, but you know, on that note, Gamma being limited down to 1 makes it a lot harder for you to protect your combo. So early hits on Ghost Ogres, they will be very, very painful. So anyways, let's start things off. Activate Wakaushi. Wakaushi's effect, we're going to scale up the Benkei and special summon up Wakaushi. Activate the Benkei and get the Soul Piercer. Normal summon out the Soul Piercer, and we're going to perform a Synchro summon, and that's going to go into the new monster, Tilting Entrainment. So this is going to be Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. We're not activating this one just yet, or you can use it to protect another Chainlink, because I don't think we're actually going to do this on the scaling effect anyway. So this is going to be Soul Piercer, searching for the Motorbike, and Entrainment's going to special summon out this onto the extra monster zone. So Wakaushi's back onto the field. Activate the Motorbike to search another card. So Droll also still sucks. And then we're going to get the Soul Peacemaker. That's the only way we can actually extend this play. We have no scale. We have nothing else to really play. And we're going to go nowhere. So Soul Peacemaker is the only way to extend through this. So we're going to activate the Soul Peacemaker, targeting our Wakaushi. Wakaushi is going to be tributed by the effect of Soul Peacemaker. And that's going to set us up straight for the Samurai Scales. Scales effect, we're going to target our Soul Piercer and special summon that back onto the field. And now we're going to Link Summon into Ancient Gear Ballistas, Chainlink 1 Ballistas, Chainlink 2 on the Soul Piercer. Soul Piercer this time is going to add us our scale back, and then the Ballista is going to add the Gearbox. Gearbox effect, add the Tunneler. If you want to change up your build, you can also play Soul Claw so that you can get another monster to special summon, just in case you already have Tunneler in your hand. But to me, if you want to maintain 40, then you might have to make some sacrifices, some cuts. Here we still want to get into Klee, and luckily this is still a machine monster, which is why it's perfect for this particular occasion. So you're going to go into Clifford Genius. Now it looks like you kind of wasted a lot of cards. You're still going to end on a Baron at the end anyway, but the reason why it doesn't really matter is because Wakaushi is in the extra deck. This can be Pendulum summoned back out onto the field. So we're going to activate the Wakaushi that we added to our hand, and we're going to perform a Pendulum summon, and we're going to have to summon this one onto an arrow, summon this into an arrow, and summon this one in attack position somewhere. And that's going to trigger the Clifford Genius. Clifford Genius is going to add a level 5 or higher machine monster to our hand. We're going to get Regulus. We're going to activate the Regulus, and that's going to give us the Soul Piercer equipped onto Regulus. Then we're going to perform a Synchro Summon now, which is why we could probably use that perhaps as a chain block. But, you know, you probably should be conservative with your effects so that you don't waste them. So we're going to perform a Synchro Summon. We're going to go into Excel Stardust, and that is going to trigger our Excel Stardust. So Excel Stardust is going to bring back the Super Heavy Samurai Motorbike. Motorbike is going to synchro off now with the Excel Stardust into a Baron. Baron effect, pop the Soul Piercer. That's going to add us one of our extenders. In this case, I don't really have any more names, so I'm going to go with Stealthy. I can special summon out the Stealthy, and this is going to allow me to perform one more Link Summon into an Appaloosa. And there you have it. This is the end board. This is one card combo. You still have 4 cards in your hand, but we're not done, I guess. We still have the tunneler, so we can activate the tunneler. We can put back quite a few cards. I like putting back the scales because scales is one card that lets you revive from out of the graveyard. The Soul Piercer, Ancient Gear Ballista, so we can minimize the amount of junk in our deck. And if you haven't gotten our search, you can put back the Gear Box. I don't think that's really necessary, but it is a free search, so sure, why not? Let's just put back a bunch of cards, and then you get to draw 2 cards. So ultimately, this is the board. Before we continue to combo, just a quick plug to MST.TV. We'd love that you love our tournament level sleeves, the white V2s, and our Onyx Blacks with the silky smooth shuffle feel like the old PC whites. Now, we also restocked limited quantities of our Ulti Instinct as promised, so they are available. You guys can get them right now, but we are also launching our new Ulti Ego. If Ulti Instinct is the godly energy of complete mastery, then Ulti Ego is the counterpart of destructive energy of pure skill. Get yours today at MST.TV. So question number 2 is, what if you don't have those like 1-card starters? So we're gonna take a step back from 1-card starter for a second. We're still gonna jump back into it and close it with a 1-card combo, but what if you have like the OG 1-card combo, the Soul Piercer? Well, if you pair it with like a Soul Peacemaker, you're still good. It could be a Benkei. I think you can even use Soul Gaia Booster. They all kind of does the same thing there. So normal summon out the Soul Piercer. We're going to activate the Peacemaker, equip it, and activate the effect, tribute this, and this gets sent away. And we're going to summon out our Samurai Scales. Chainlink 1 Samurai Scales, targeting the Soul Piercer, and Chainlink 2 the Soul Piercer. We're going to use that to add the Motorbike. So Bike has been added, Piercer has been summoned. Activate the Motorbike effect, putting that into the graveyard, adding the Wakaushi. And if Wakaushi is a 1-card combo, you kind of get the idea. Essentially, we just rerouted the combo so that we start with the scales first. So now we can just play it out as is. Activate the Wakaushi. Using Wakaushi's effect, we're going to scale up the Big Benkei and special summon this one onto the field. And now we're going to activate the Big Benkei, adding the only soul monster that we haven't used so far. That's going to be the Soul Gaia Booster. The Gaia Booster is really useful here, and we can activate it. But before we do, we're going to use the Wakaushi and the Soul Piercer and Synchro Summon into Excel Stardust. So now that we got into Excel Stardust effect, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 3, Chainlink 2 being the Soul Piercer, Chainlink 3, Wakaushi scales up, and now we get the Soul Piercer. Piercer now can add basically anything. I'm gonna go for another extender because the extenders allow us to kind of just get free stuff out, especially when it starts to link climb. So we're gonna go with Stealthy, and then we go for the XL Stardust, which is gonna grab the Motorbike, and then we can summon out the Motorbike, and then we can just immediately perform ourselves another Synchro Summon of Baron. So we're pretty safe now. Now we haven't gotten to any other crazy monsters, so we can activate the Soul Gaia Booster, equip, and then we can summon. You can choose the route that you want depending on where the opponent lines up for stuff that counters them. So if you want to go for an XC summon here, you can, or if you just want to immediately just go for the previous combo, you can go for the Ballistas, adding the box, and then the box is going to give you the Tunneler. And you still have Stealthy, special summon out the Stealthy, and you can link away and go into Klee. For Genius, go for the Pendulum Summon for the 2 right here. That's going to activate Klee for Genius, get the Regulus, and activate the Regulus, summon out the Regulus. Of course, we're going to target our Soul Piercer. Activate Baron de Fleur. We can pop this. Now here's something I'm going to do a little bit differently. I'm going to showcase a different end board on this one just because it's just a little bit more fun, because we can still definitely go for the first one. For here, we're going to add another copy of the Motorbike, or you can go for Wakaushi if you want. Wakaushi is more or less the same thing. I think Wakaushi might be a bit more fun here. So we're going to go for the Wakaushi, and this time around, we're going to get rid of these two, the Genius and the Tunneler. We're going to put those away, and we're going to link someone into the Platinum Gadget. You might be wondering, hey, why do you play a Platinum Gadget, Tom? It seems so stupid. It is a bit weird, but if you're going for triple Omni Negate, then you're going to need the Platinum Gadget to kind of just push one additional summon out. And since we have the Wakaushi in our hand, we're going to use Platinum Gadget to special summon this one onto the field. Then we're going to perform a Synchro Summon this time, and that's going to summon into the Borreload Savage. Borreload Savage will now equip the Equip for Genius, and to continue our play, we can activate the Tunneler and just shuffle back a bunch of cards back into the deck. And at the end of the day, we still have a 2-card draw, and you're still gonna end with like a 5-card hand. Okay, before I close out with the last combo here, I kind of just want to give you guys a little bit of advice when it comes to like, oh, these combo videos. Hey, they show you the ideal conditions of how to perform the different lines that you do. But remember, the only way that you're actually going to succeed with the deck is being adaptive to the situations, the matchup. Those are all really key and vital things, which is why your extra deck needs to be diverse enough to adapt to that. And you need to be smart enough to adapt to it as well. So sometimes a combo might not work. Oh, they have Droll, they have hand traps. So what do? That's, you know, up to you to find out. And some of the videos that are much longer that go into much more depth, they are the reason why, you know, those exist. You know, they really help you out to give you, you know, that push for your top cut. So anyways, let's go into the Wagon here. Normal summon out the Wagon effect, go to defense, activate the effect again, go back to attack, and add to your hand the Soul Gaia booster. We're trying to make a Gear Gigan Cross, so we're going to activate the effect, equip onto Wagon, activate the booster again to special summon itself, overlay the two to go into Gear Gigan X, or Gear Gigan Cross, activate the effect of Gear Gigan X, detach, and we're going to add to our hand our Motorbike. Motorbike is going to lead to Wakaushi, and Wakaushi is technically the 1-card combo, so we're going to activate that and get to Wakaushi. However, in this case, we burned our normal summon and we don't really have anything to really show for it, and therefore the Wakaushi is going to have a bit of a struggle trying to go back onto the scale. So we're going to try to work around that. So we're going to activate Wakaushi, and we're going to set up the Big Benkei onto the other scale, summon this card out onto the field, activate the Big Benkei. You have a choice of either of these. These both work, but if you want to not play into Ash as hard, I mean, you would have probably played into Ash already. Then you would probably just go for the Soul Piercer. So we're going to go for Soul Piercer. We're going to activate Soul Piercer, equip onto Wakaushi, and now we're going to perform a Link Summon of the Ancient Gear Ballistas. Ballistas on the field, we're going to go Chain Link 1 Ballistas, Chain Link 2 our Soul Piercer. Piercer is going to add Samurai Scales, and Ballistas is going to go for the Ancient Box, or the Ancient Gear Box. Ancient Box, and then this Tom Box here is going to activate, and we're going to grab, rather than getting the Tunneler, we're going to grab the other scale we have in the deck, which is going to be Superheavy Samurai General Coral, which is the perfect stat line of 500 defense and also a scale 8. Somehow, I think Konami probably already thought about this. And from here, we're going to activate the Coral, and we're going to perform a Pendulum Summon here. Otherwise, we would have no way to put the Wakaushi back onto the scale. So if you already had a Wakaushi, that's great. If you don't, then you probably should search this. Otherwise, if you already have a scale, go for the Tunneler. So you're going to go for a Pendulum Summon. Make sure you summon into the arrow for this Wakaushi, and then the what's his name, Scales, and we have Gearbox. Gearbox, Scales effect, we're going to special summon back our Soul Piercer. Wow, that's really convenient. And now we're going to perform a Synchro Summon now. That's going to give us Excel Stardust. Excel Stardust is also going to activate Chaining 1, Chaining 2, Soul Piercer. Soul Piercer will add probably our Stealthy. And this one's going to summon up the Motorbike, and we're going to perform another Synchro. Now we go into our Baron. You might be wondering, hey, what about the Clee line? You don't need the Clee line when you have 2 level 4s. With the 2 level 4s, you can overlay them and go into Merrymaker, and then go into Gigantic Champion Sargus. Using Sargus's effect, we're going to add Ethereal monster into our hand, which will be the Regulus. Activate the Regulus, summon onto the field, and we're going, of course, we targeted our Soul Piercer. Activate Baron's effect. Baron's effect will pop the Soul Piercer, and that's going to give us another name. I guess we can go for the bike. If you have another extender, you can go for the other extender, because then you can extend both and go for like a 3 material Appaloosa, keeping the Sargus. But I guess you don't really need it. So we're gonna special summon out the Stealthy, take these 3 monsters, and welcome back Appaloosa. So there you have it. You can still end on the same board. This is a 3-mat Appaloosa, and I guess you still technically have well, this is, since it's a 1-card combo, 4, so you have 5 cards in your hand total. And that's all I got for this video, guys. I really wish I could have posted it like probably 2 days sooner, but you know, we have our schedule to follow. Nishi's got the market watch on Monday, so this one is right here on Tuesday. And you know what? Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit subscribe, ding that notification bell, because Nishi and I might be duking it out, trying stuff out in the new format, and we might duel each other with a little bit of a stake on the line. And so if you guys want to see that, and listen to his annoying banter, by all means, it's gonna be really fun for all of us. Well, probably not for me, but fun for you guys to watch me get annoyed. So hit subscribe, ding the notification bell, and don't forget to check out MSTmerch.com, and I'll see you all in the next one.